Sometimes we're just looking through eBay for consoles that are broken, things to fix or restore, and we come across something that catches our eye so much that we just have to buy it. This is one of those purchases. I mean, how could we not buy this? Put down the Game Boy and slowly back away, Billy. It's hilarious. And it immediately got me wondering, who is Billy? And if that wasn't already enough to pique my curiosity, once I got it in hand, I turned it over and discovered this. Xmas 1993. And then there's the duct tape. When I first glanced at this, I thought that was obviously there to hold the door on. These little hinges that hold the doors in place are infamous for coming off or not snapping into place anymore. But it's not. It's actually above that. And speaking of that door, when I opened this to take a look inside of here, I found something else. Another message. Okay, so before I even take the first screw out of this, my mind is just racing, wanting to know who was this Billy person. Like, I'm already trying to construct a story in my brain for someone who I've never met, someone who I actually know practically nothing about. And yet, like a handheld video game console archaeologist, I find myself trying to piece together this story about Billy. What are the possibilities? At least my initial thought was this is probably one of Billy's parents, like his mom. Like this was an early 90s version of parental controls, screen time restrictions, saying, Billy, you need to just limit yourself, step away from the Game Boy. Another possibility I thought is that this could actually be Billy himself. Same thing as the parent, but more of a self-imposed reminder to just kind of put the Game Boy down and go touch grass. There is another idea here that I've been thinking on. What if this wasn't even Billy's Game Boy? What if it belonged to a sibling of Billy who left the message on it to warn Billy that stealing the Game Boy again and wearing out the batteries again would come with consequences yet to be determined? Or what if it wasn't siblings, but it was a friend group? Like a mutually owned portable gaming console that made its way into multiple lives, impacting each in turn with memories. All right, we're getting inside of here, and it's definitely not as dirty as I have seen a lot of these, but still gonna need some deep clean and some careful clean, because in the cleaning process, I want to be sure for sure not to remove any of the message and the writing that's in here. This is part of the story of this. I want to preserve this history. We don't know what memories this Game Boy may have picked up along the way, but we have a pretty good clue how it started, at least. On Christmas, in '93. But who wrote that? We have kind of the same options as the first message, right? It could have been parents who wanted this gift remembered. It could have been Billy himself who wanted this present and the love that he felt in this moment on this day remembered. And it's also possible, just like the message on the front, that this could have been a group effort kind of a situation. Perhaps a group of siblings who all wanted to remember this, like they all received this gift together, a family Christmas present, which would explain a member of the sibling group calling out Billy with the message on the front for taking more than his share of the allotted time. Then beyond the Christmas message, we have the names. Who would write the names of other people inside of their Game Boy? The more that I think about it, the more I'm landing on this picture. This wasn't just Billy's Game Boy. It was collectively owned by a group of siblings. Siblings who confronted an issue of unfairness and used the Sharpie as an effective tool to communicate, hey, not cool. What a family, right? I feel like I can connect with it. I also received a Game Boy as a present when I was probably about 11 years old. I think that would have been back in '92. So just a year before this. And man, what a memory. I'm not gonna be able to reuse every part in here. These things are pretty chewed up, but I have replacements around here. This glue just hardens on here almost like concrete, so it's gonna take a little bit to get that off. All the rest of this cleaning though, like I'm just gonna have to be super careful because like I said, I do not want to risk damaging this marker here at all. There we go. This writing that's like the marker, the Sharpie is used down inside of the grooves here, that's pretty hard to get out. I'm having to get a little bit aggressive with it. Hopefully that doesn't ruin it or take anything away there. And even though we wash this in the soapy water, there is quite a bit of gunk that I'm still having to get on here. This cleaning project is actually more robust than I thought it was going to be just on my initial disassembly of this Game Boy. And I think that shell's looking pretty good now. So let's move on to some of the other pieces because yeah, I'm happy with that. Now we get to find out what's going on with this piece of duct tape. And honestly, this is the biggest part of it for me that I'm most curious about at this point. There's something under here. This duct tape is covering more lettering. I'm gonna use some Goo Gone and try to remove this. Oh, that's so gross. It's so stuck on there. I'm gonna put a little bit of this Goo Gone on a plate and I'm actually gonna let this set and soak for a while and see if I can loosen that stuff up. Okay. Let's wipe away the excess here. Old duct tape. If you put duct tape on like this on something, the older, the longer it goes, man, that stuff is just so hard to deal with and get off. Okay, slow, careful work with these letters. Okay, at least the sticky's coming up, but I am seeing a little bit of black on my cotton swab here, which means I'm also lifting a little bit of ink and I don't want to do that, so be more careful, Robert. We're getting it though, slow but surely. And I think we can make the message out basically now. Hands off, lest you ask us, please. Does that look like it matches to you? Yeah, that's what it says. I'm wondering why they covered that with the duct tape, because it's kind of like the same message as on the front. Probably because they just didn't want to put duct tape on the front, but at some point, maybe this Game Boy ended up in Billy's hands and it was something that he used predominantly and he didn't want to see that message on the back constantly, but couldn't really do anything about the front because the duct tape on the front would have been awful. Who knows? Looks pretty good though. All right, we're gonna replace that little piece and we're gonna replace the screen protector. Anytime I do one of these Game Boys, these things get little scratches all over them. So we'll end up replacing that. Then I just wanna make sure that my inner actual screen here is nice and clean. This has been one of my favorite projects that I have done in a really long time. And the reason why is just because I love human story. I love the ability to look at this stuff and construct like a picture, this story of Billy, of Billy's family, and feel like I'm getting a glimpse into this reality, into these lives. And while I close this out, I'm also just struck by something else that I don't know, you guys tell me, what do you think here? Do I really know Billy? Like, do we have an actual picture of what was going on here? Because we have these messages and we can construct this story, but the reality is, what do we really know? And it makes me wonder, how much do I do this with even the people I do know? Like, how much do I do this with my friends and family and people that I run across, or people that I, interact with even mildly online, like you guys occasionally, or like anyone, where I just see a few words, like just a little bit of writing. And I can extrapolate a story and think that I know someone's entire background and life history. This is a fine thing that our brain does, but I do think that it's maybe a good thing once in a while to at least realize and remember that the small amount of information that we have on people is not a complete story. Like, I don't actually know Billy. But it was really cool to get into this and see a little bit of a story that I don't really know what was going on here. What a cool project. I enjoy this. I'm going to keep this thing on my shelf. I love that I was able to keep the writing. I'm trying to decide if I want to like go over this writing and make it like darker, like restore it so that you can read it easier again, but I think I'll just leave it as it is. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.